This was a scenario requested of me many times, so I figured I would take a look at it. For this to happen, it only requires a simple change to take place at the very end of the Emperor Pilaf saga. While they were trapped, Goku still blasts a hole in the wall with the Kamehameha. Oolong and Poir are still sent out to try and stop Pilaf, but when Shenron is summoned, this is where the change happens. Before Oolong could intervene, Bulma would shout out through the hole in the wall and allow enough way for Shenron to hear, as she then wishes for the perfect boyfriend. Now, there are two ways this could go, the realistic way or the unrealistic way. From my understanding, the basic idea behind Bulma getting her wish is that it would bring the perfect man for her, which I guess is Vegeta, to the Earth. There's no guarantee the wish would work, though. I've seen in the realistic way this could go. So, starting with the realistic way, Shenron would try making the wish, but it wouldn't work. As seen in the Frieza saga, when they tried to wish Goku to the Earth, the wish couldn't be granted since Goku refused to come back to Earth. Shenron can't bring someone somewhere against their will, so Vegeta would have to agree to go there. So, in the depths of space, wherever Vegeta is at the time, he would hear the voice of an unknown origin in his head, asking if he wants to go to the Earth. He wouldn't have a reason to agree to this, and it would be unwise of him to do so. Frieza would notice his absence and likely search for him if he just vanished. While he would have wanted to rebel against Frieza eventually, he would not have been able to do so at his current power level. So causing Frieza to get suspicious now would be a terrible idea on his part, so he refuses to go to the Earth, and Shenron would tell Bulma that this wish cannot be granted. In the confusion of what just happened, Oolong would still use this chance to make his wish for panties. From here on out, the rest of the Emperor Pilaf saga generally goes the same. The only difference could be at the very end. Since Bulma would now know that their perfect boyfriend is out there somewhere, she might not get with Yamcha. Instead, she might just decide to wait for her perfect boyfriend to arrive, whenever it may be. In the long run, this doesn't change a lot, since Bulma and Yamcha's relationship doesn't have any major impact on the story. Now, as for the slightly unrealistic way this scenario could go, it would involve Vegeta saying yes to going to the Earth. The only way I see this happening is if he agrees out of sheer curiosity about who is summoning him to Earth. Though once on the Earth, and once he finds out why he was summoned there, things don't get well for the heroes. This is a version of Vegeta that hasn't gotten the same character development as usual. He hasn't gone through getting his pride damaged by being defeated by Goku, he didn't have to work alongside it against Frieza, and he didn't have to stay at Castle Corporation with Bulma, which kick-started their relationship. So, there's no way he's going to settle for being with a weak Earthling just because she wished him to be there. Instead, he likely just conquers the Earth for Frieza, at least to keep up the ruse of being loyal to Frieza. No one on Earth would be able to stand a chance against him, though many would try. He would easily be able to take out Yamcha and Goku. Assuming he was eventually challenged by people like Roshi, he would defeat him, too. Even people like Master Shen, Tien, Shatsu, or Mercenary Tao might challenge him, but they'd all fall at his hands. If Kami did decide to try and act against Vegeta to protect the Earth, he wouldn't be able to stop him and he would be killed, thus making the Dragon Balls inert. Though before he killed Kami, he would have noticed that Kami was in the Namekian. Regardless, the point is that Vegeta would wipe out the population of Earth and then return to serving Frieza. Frieza would likely question where he went and what happened, and Vegeta would decide to keep up the ruse of being loyal, so he tells Frieza everything. He would mention how he was summoned to Earth by an unknown being, but besides there being a Namekian on Earth, he didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. This might get Frieza thinking, as he would have heard the stories about wish-granting orbs on Namek, but he thought they were just myths. But since Vegeta was mysteriously summoned to Earth, maybe these stories are true. So, he would send his forces to conquer Namek and take over the planet for him. Without anyone on Namek able to stop him, his forces would be victorious, of course. Though it isn't likely for any of the Namekians to tell him how to summon the dragon, so when he finally kills all the Namekians and the Dragon Balls go inert, this would anger Frieza. He gets angered by this, destroys the planet, and goes back to ruling the universe. Even without Frieza getting immortality, he wouldn't fall out of power since no one is strong enough to stop him. Anyway, years later, since the Earth wasn't destroyed, Babidi would arrive and retrieve the sealed ball containing Boo. He would be forced to travel the universe, trying to gather power to release Boo. If he eventually runs into Frieza, he's likely controlled by him to become one of his minions. Even with Amaj and Frieza on his side, he wouldn't have enough power to awaken Boo. Years later, Beerus wakes up. When he finds out Frieza is still alive, he decides to destroy him. When Beerus and Whis arrive at where Frieza is, he would destroy him then and there. Though Babidi would try to get his forces to attack Beerus in return, but they would be destroyed as well, along with Babidi being destroyed by him, too. And that's essentially the end of this timeline, as Beerus would go back to sleep after his current cycle of destroying planets ends. Moro might still rise years later, but Beerus might erase him the next time he woke up. Since Frieza is dead, Granola never makes his wish to be the strongest in the universe. Zeno could still destroy the 12 universes eventually, but I don't see that happening, since in my opinion, I don't think he planned to destroy the 12 universes. He just made a condition of losing the Tournament of Power to make it more interesting. After all, if they didn't wish the other universes back, that's when he would have destroyed them. So, to me, that seems to imply he wouldn't have destroyed them in any other case. He'd never even have the idea for the Tournament of Power in this timeline, since Goku isn't around. So the universes just keep existing in the ways they were before Goku interacted with Zeno.